worth mentioning that Cosmo references. Many of our listeners will remember that. But Jefferson City, all that night, was never under a tornado watch. They were not. Columbia was under a tornado watch. Jefferson City was not, nor was Eldon. And the tornado ended up being an EF3. Ended up basically coming up Highway 54 and taking out the Best Western, and taking out a bowling alley, the Burger King, a couple of car dealerships too.
As we've talked about so many times in the Jefferson City area when it comes to the tornadic kind of storms that there's all the talk about the hills and the river. It never happens here. It always changes. It always shifts. Yeah, we get warnings and the sirens go off and then it dissipates, or the storm moves to the north and hits Columbia, or it dissipates altogether. And that night it did not. And I still recall that next morning seeing the damage to those apartment complexes and thinking, heading to the radio station, thinking the absolute worst of what our coverage was going to be that morning. And instead it was a miracle for sure that no one was killed in that tornado in May of 2019. But we are watching the skies tonight. And again, a lot of resources for you if you are new to Mid-Missouri. We have a Z-Text feature that you can grab at our website, the Eagle 939. With Steve's Pest Control, you can customize the county that you live in or you work in or both and get severe weather alerts right to your phone. But the big story right now, tornado warning. That is a warning. That means the conditions and funnels, could be in the mix as we speak until 7:01 tonight.
No question about that. And we, of course, are watching things off to our west. One other just quick note about the 2019 tornado. We had a much smaller tornado that hit that night in South. And there is really no such thing as a small tornado, but smaller in terms of the size of it, for sure. 3 people got killed that night in Golden City, and I believe it was Oronongo. As I recall, I was working at Missouri Net that night, but 3 or 4 people died that night, and it was smaller than the one in Jefferson City. So any tornado is capable of causing serious injuries or deaths. So you'll want to certainly take precautions for that. Checking the National Weather Service feeds right now, and they continue to update things. Cosmo, they're putting out some more warnings for the
National Weather Service in St. Louis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for South Central Montgomery County, Northwestern Franklin County, Southwestern Warren County, Northern Gasconade County, until 7:45 p.m. At 6:43 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Mount Sterling, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Warrenton, Herman, New Haven, Truesdale, Swiss, Tremor, Mount Sterling, Drake, Gasconade, Berger, Ryland, Morrison, McKittrick, Lyon, Holstein, and Bay. This also includes Deutsheim Historic Site. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until midnight for East Central Missouri.
Pretty much anywhere. If you're in Osage County or heading down Highway 50, you want to really, really be careful. And my concern is that just to the north and just to the south of this box area, if you will, while the skies are dark, there may not be any rain at all for you truckers or travelers that are going, but you do not want to head to, if you're in Freeburg or you're in Argyle right now, or you're in Vienna, you're in Bell, you do not want to be heading north on Highway 63, and vice versa. If you're in Jefferson City right now, you do not want to be heading to the east, at least right now, because this storm system is very strong and it's producing, again, a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning, Cosmo.
Another little batch of storms that just kind of moved through Fulton, a little bit to the east of Fulton and southeast of Fulton. More storms there, south of Kingdom City. Still could see some rain, some hail in that area. Certainly not as severe as what we're seeing in Chamois and Lynn and Russellville. Certainly the largest of the hail, although looking at a couple pictures, seeing from Chamois, or rather from the Lynn area, looking like close to ping pong ball size hailstones in that band of storms. And again, that's going to continue to run towards, again, the river and towards Herman and track up towards St. Louis.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the National Weather Service, for those of you listening on Y107 right now and some of our bigger stations, this is just outside the 93.9, the Eagle listening area. KWS, by the way, can go into all these towns. So some of you, at least right now, can hear this, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning that just seconds ago has been issued by the National Weather Service in St. Louis. Huge chunk. I just mentioned this massive system by the Callaway nuclear plant right now, which they're right on the edge of the tornado warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. It's essentially going right down Highway 50, Herman, New Haven, Gasconade until 7:45. That has just been issued. So a lot of these are going to be small towns. Herman, Berger, and New Haven also included. Drake too, Cosmo.
Just got a text from our coworker, Aaron, Eric Bremer.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm looking at him and seeing another name and three names in a row. Some pictures from outside of Wardsville, the Blair Oaks High School football field. It looks like it's covered in snow, and it's just hailstones across the football field there at Blair Oaks. So it's that small, at least there. It's more of a like the pea-size hail, a little larger, but it looks like snow fell on that football field.
Yeah, if you're listening, if you could tweet that to the 93.9 The Eagle Twitter page. I am sitting here manning the Twitter page. I will retweet that. I just saw that. It looks like a snow-covered football field.
Exactly.
So that really tells you something. But he's busy. Eric, first thing, careful where you're at. But if you certainly could get that to us, I will get that retweeted. So that just gives you some idea of the area. And again, Taos is in the area. And then you get past that.